Alright, we'll make one for Aho. We'll go with we'll do this advanced search. I'm gonna get a massive image for Sebastian Aho. This one kind of looks interesting. 2000 by 2500. Let's get this image in here. Aho. Yes, when we open this, we're gonna put it on our main image, and we're gonna cut them out. You want to kind of get them at a good size for the whole poster, so I'd say that's pretty good. I'm gonna do my best to rename the layers as I go. Make a solid color background, just something crazy, and so I can see what exactly I'm missing when I cut them out. We're gonna grab the object selection tool, and eventually it should just, yeah, so you just select the subject like that. It'll highlight him. It'll miss the stick, but we'll go back and grab that. What I do here is I'll go to my lasso tool. If you hold shift while you click, then you'll be adding to the selection. If you hold alt or option, you'll be subtracting from the selection. So we're just gonna go around him real fast and touch it up a little bit. The stick, I'm just gonna keep using the polygonal lasso tool, and just it's not a big deal. I'll just click around. So if you hold shift here again, your line here, and you can kind of move it around, zoom in and out with alt, and it's gonna be a little jagged, but it really doesn't matter. It looks like the puck's part of this too, so. There. So now the stick's part of the selection, the whole stick and the puck. And you can see it doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's a little jagged, but whatever. And we'll just mask him out. And we'll be able to see some of the spots that maybe didn't get totally caught by me. But it looks like we did a pretty good job. And if you're looking at it from right here, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Next up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let me change this back to like white or like an off-white color. What we're going to end up doing is putting his number behind him, and it's just going to be like a poster. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make some shadows. You want to make sure you're naming your layers. I'm gonna make a group for the shadows and everything. So you're gonna make sure they're under it. I'm gonna start off with his right foot. You're gonna take this brush. Oops. You're gonna come up in here, and if you're on a MacBook, you can just click with 2 fingers. You can just take this brush, and we're gonna want it really soft. Play with this and try to play with perspective here. How it's gonna look on the ice. For this right foot, I'm thinking something kind of like this. Make it kind of flat because he's kind of coming head on. And we can just play and look, but we're gonna make sure we're painting with black. And this flow is something you can also change. So that actually looks pretty good. So it's at like 38, but if it's at 100. It's gonna be like really black and kind of not out, but I think it was at like 40 or something. So if that actually doesn't look awful, and you can kind of move it around. And yeah, okay, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, you just kind of want to play around with that kind of stuff. With the body here, he's kind of straight up and down. So I think I'm going to keep this same angle and make it a little thinner, and then we're just going to make this brush pretty big, and I'm going to make it a little wider. Oops. Keep the flow down. that's too big. You know, I think that looks kind of good. I think that's honestly good. So we have some shadows on his feet and on the skate and the body, and so the light's coming down this way. We're gonna move on to some text. I like using Baskerville. So he's number 20, right? So throw it behind him. Good lord, this is ridiculous. Okay, I think the black kind of matches with the jersey here, but I might need to change it to. I might change it to red just to highlight the accent color. Let's see what happens if I change it to like this color red. We'll keep it like that for at least a little bit. I guess I should probably add a shadow for the puck too. I think that, honestly, I think that's just good. So I group all these together so that I can just select the group and transform it all when I need to. Add some text up here, bring it down right around here. I'm gonna do this in black though. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna just up the kerning, make it a little smaller too. Yeah, you can hold Control and click or I guess it would be Command on a Mac, but and just drag. And this doesn't look great. I actually do kind of like it. I think it's just the fact that it's not centered. Maybe we can do something here. Oops. We'll change that to make it a little more normal. I kind of like that. Yeah, I mean, I think that looks kind of cool. Yeah, something I didn't do is I never edited this. And we're just gonna. This is something I wouldn't do if I was actually editing my own pictures from photography. I'm gonna just make it kind of contrasty, kind of sharpen it a little bit. I'm gonna take the noise reduction down and then put the color noise reduction up a lot too, and you can see that kind of fixes we had these green spots from when we sharpened it, but they go away when you add that up. You take down the red luminance a little just to get a little more contrast. So if I click OK, it'll commit. I'm gonna put a little glow on the numbers here, so I'm gonna add a layer above it, and it's gonna be kind of right behind him, because remember our light's coming down this way kind of. On this layer, I'm gonna take my brush. I'm gonna get white and map his body out again the best I can. You know what? Before this, I'm gonna put gradient overlay on here. Yeah, so we'll take this red and do a little lighter, maybe not that light. And then we'll take we'll be painting with white. We want this to go. I need to turn the flow up again, and we're gonna change this to overlay. You know, I'm actually not a fan of the gradient overlay like this either. This one, just darker, and make this one this color. And you can kind of see it's pretty without that glow on it. We're gonna put a glow on him as well. So the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna throw a curves adjustment layer on top of him, and we're gonna hold Alt and clip it down just to adjust him. And we're going to bring the highlights up a little just so that we can kind of see what's going on. And then we're gonna click on the mask. Make sure we're clicking on the mask. I'm gonna move the angle a little bit so it's coming down this way. The light. You want to invert it. You want to invert the mask. So Command or Control I to invert the mask while it's selected. With white, you're gonna paint just on this side of him. Puts a little glow on him. This is with a really soft brush too, so not a big deal. And then what we're gonna do is Command J, copy it, clip it as well. Command T, and just gonna rotate 180 degrees. After that, you're gonna get on your curves layer and bring it down, so that gets the opposite side of him. See, without and with, and it just kind of adds. It's a little subtle, but it adds another sense of lighting. So other than that, I think the only thing I want to do now is kind of make it more like a poster. We're gonna add a vignette and some texture to it. At the top here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a solid color adjustment layer and just make it black. And then on the mask, I'm gonna take a brush. I'm gonna make it, and we're gonna try to map the size of our artboard here. And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna on the mask we're gonna paint it black, and take the opacity down. So probably around like 33% or something. So it's just kind of like a little vignette. You know, it does something. Next, we're gonna add another solid color, and this one should be 50% gray, just so it doesn't modify any other colors. We're gonna go to filter, noise, add noise. We're gonna convert to smart object. We're gonna make it monochromatic, so there's no weird fuzz like that, and we're just gonna do 8. And then after that, we can change the blend mode to overlay. And now we see we have some nice grain here, and it does something. And actually, I think I might change it to like 12 because it's kind of hard to see there. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. And I think that's about it. One thing I'm gonna do is change this background to just be solid white, just because we've added the vignette, so it makes it a little darker than I wanted it to be. And I can take that down too as well. But yeah, I think this looks pretty good.